Hey, what's up, everyone? First off, I apologize. The furnace is going to be going a lot in this video, so I just want to get that out of the way. I know this seems like filler, but honestly, with where I show a lot of the stuff, you're going to be hearing it. So I apologize. Here in Ohio, I believe with the wind chill, it's like negative 17 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's very cold. So it's not going to be kicking off. But anyway, I figured I'd take a little break from the Star Wars stuff and actually go into something that is arguably more geeky than Star Wars, and that is Power Rangers. Now, I'm not like a huge Power Ranger fan. I'm not like the people on Ranger Board and places like that, even though I think my account on Ranger Board is still active, because for a while there I was into it, which I'm going to get into that later. And again, if you guys want to skip through like the intro and go directly to the reviews of the stuff, I'm going to go ahead and put timestamps down in the description. So if you guys don't care, hey, my feelings aren't hurt. But anyway, when I was a kid, I believe Power Rangers came out in 1993, so I was about 8 years old. Actually, I was 8. And I didn't really get it at first. I was like, I really don't see why so many people love this. And then I started watching it, and it actually really started to grow on me. So, I started getting into it, and, all the people at school liked it. It was just one of those shows that it was just huge, and it basically overtook Ninja Turtles, and, which, when I think back on it, it is really sad, because, Ninja Turtles, I think, is overall better. But, that's subjective, so I can't really, I'm not going to really go for the pros and cons of each or anything like that. But anyway, throughout the years, I shouldn't say throughout the years, like the couple years it was really super popular. I had a few of the toys, like of course for Christmas, you get like a Power Ranger game. Friends had, the Genesis game and stuff like that. And I had a couple of like the Morphin Rangers, like the ones like where you like push their Morpher and like their heads would flip and it'd be like their helmet, which I actually do have a set of those. And I'm going to go into that later again. And, but my favorite one, I got it for my birthday. I believe it was 94. I wanted this thing so bad. It was the Megazord. Now, I really do, I mean, there's a whole big story about that, which I'm not going to go into, but I really wanted to get the Dragon Zord and the Titanus. I came really close to getting the Dragon Zord a couple of times. It just never happened, and it really sucked. But, and then, Power Rangers kind of faded. I still like the Zords. I really like the toys. I mean, the show was fine. I mean, the show I thought was actually pretty decent. Like, even the people that were on the show said, it was terribly acted. Like, the voices didn't exactly match up since they were taking a lot of Japanese footage and just adding American teenagers into it. But that was part of the charm. And I agree. It was a fun show. I mean, for a lot of reasons, it was stupid, but it still actually, holds up well, I think. Like it has, some good messages, even though, I remember there was all the exposés on certain news shows, like, is Power Rangers, is it making kids fight each other? And they would, like, show kids, trying to kick the shit out of each other. But, nonetheless, it was pretty cool. Now, starting about 2005 or 2006, I was really kind of wanting to go back and get some of the stuff from my childhood that I didn't have. And that includes things, like that I did actually have, but I lost, or whatever. Now, one of the series I really wanted to get the stuff from was Power Rangers. And I decided that I was going to do this right. I was going to get the Zords I wanted. I was going to take care of them because, my original Megazord things like, the Triceratops horns, the Mastodon tusks, and the trunk were just lost. But this time, I was going to like super glue everything together, keep it in, really good condition. And I was also going to try to print off like really good labels. So I eventually got the Megazord, the Dragon Zord, the Titanus, and then I decided to go on and get the second Ultra Zord because I really wanted that one too. So that's the Red Dragon Zord, the Thunder Zord Assault Team, the White Tiger Zord, and Tor the Shuttle Zord. So I have all of those, but there's so many reviews because, people have actually had these. Now, I did get all of my new in box, and I probably paid way too much for them. Altogether, I probably have close to, $800 or more in just the Zords because I did get them new in box, and I can't imagine how much they're going for now, especially with, like, the 20th anniversary and all of that. So, unless I get, like, the repro labels and actually accurize all of them, or like one Ultra Zord. I have a couple of the Repro label sheets, like the Dragon Zord and the Tyrannosaurus. If I get those, I might do a review just so people know what they look like. But anyway, another set I got was and actually I'm shocked I got it for so cheap. It was the Morphin Rangers, the ones I mentioned earlier, where you just push their Morpher and like their heads flip, from their regular teenage heads. And I got the original set where Zach and Trini, people like that. So it is the original set, and I actually got them all new in box. Not in great condition, but in good condition. They were sealed, probably for about $30 for all 6. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, because it's past the 20th anniversary now, but they're still releasing stuff. For those of you who don't know, for a while now, for like the past year and a half, maybe just about a year, they've been releasing stuff from like the Mighty Morphin series. One of the first things I saw was that they were, doing like metallic versions, and I really wanted to get them, but I didn't at the time. I was just like, yeah, whatever. And then about a year ago, I saw pictures for like an Armored Red Ranger, and I thought that was really cool, and I found out that they were doing like anniversary versions of all of them. Like they have the Megazord out, which I might try to get. I just don't know. I don't know if I want to pay that much. Might wait till it goes down at Toys R Us, but they also released the Morpher, which I have, and they released a few other things, and I figured since I did pick all 3 of these things up within a month of each other, I would just go ahead and do a review of all 3 at one time, just for some fun, and kind of go over my criticisms of them, kind of do comparisons like between the 2 Morphers. And by the way, I do not have the San Diego Comic-Con Gold Morpher. I don't have that one. That was like $100 at Comic-Con. They only made a certain amount of them, and yeah, they're going for, I think, around $300 online right now, and I'm not paying that. Paying $60 for the one I have, I think, was good enough. But anyway, sorry about the long intro. I just wanted to kind of go into some detail. I like doing that kind of stuff, especially for these videos since I do geek out. And this is my geeky channel. But anyway, I'll go ahead and start with, I guess, like, kind of the progression of, like, what I think is the coolest. Well, not really. I'll just start with something. How about that? So let's get cracking. Alright, so this is the main reason why I was apologizing for the furnace, because, yes, it's right by me, so hopefully it's not that distracting. But anyway, this is the first thing I want to kind of review. It's the Legacy helmet set. Now, I did open this, I took it out of the package. The package isn't really anything to write home about, so, it fits nicely in there, and I might actually put it back in, but I doubt it. It just, has all the Ranger heads on that. He has the gold foil Legacy, and not much else. It really wasn't even worth, keeping. It has the 6 Ranger helmets. Now, one thing I'm kind of bothered by, and this is my main gripe about it, is like these are stickers. It says Blue Ranger, Pink Ranger, blah, blah, blah. I don't like this order. I really like to do, and if you guys remember the show, Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-tooth Tiger, Tyrannosaurus, Dragon Zord. I wish I could have done that. Now, in all fairness, you can actually pop these helmets off, and they actually do kind of split in half. They're a little tough, which I think is good. That means they're not just going to pop apart on you. So it is like the show in a way. It doesn't have like the little buckles, and you probably can't put these on anything, especially since the center is just meant to have that little center part right there. But it is nice. They do have like that glossy tint. The visors are actually pretty decent. Like they're not too shiny. They're not like chrome shiny or anything like that. I'll get the yellow one so you can see a little bit better. But they're glossy enough. And then they did the black lines. So yeah, these are actually really nice. Like the Green Ranger, like the details are really good. Like the teeth are actually raised. It actually has the gold around the diamond or whatever, the little, not diamond, ruby or whatever it is. Yeah, this is actually a really nice set. It came out at $30, and I thought, that's too expensive. The teeth are raised on this one, too, which is very nice. The Red Ranger helmet seemed a lot more detailed. Maybe they cut out some details. Maybe it just seemed better on the show. I don't know. But it came out at $30, and it actually went down to $20, which is the reason why I got it. One thing I don't like about the Pink Ranger helmet is, like, the white isn't painted, it's just the plastic, so it's not that glossy. It's okay. It has, like, a certain sheen to it, but, just a little gripe. the Blue Ranger, for some reason, the helmet and the Zord were my favorite back then, maybe because that was the one that other kids weren't really into. So, but yeah, like I said, it came out at $30. Now it's down to $20, which is why I picked it up. But it's actually a very nice set. You know, this is something that I was into as a kid. You know, I always liked the helmets and the gear. I don't know if I mentioned it has the coin logos too. And they actually now do the accurate Dragon Claw. But yeah, this is a pretty nice set. Like I said, it's nothing really to write home about. It's for, you know, people if you just like want to throw it up on the shelf with some of the other stuff like I do, which I don't have a huge collection. Like I said, some of the people on Ranger Board, they just go nuts for this stuff. So, let's go ahead and get started with the next part of the review. Alright, I did keep the package for this one, because it is a pretty nice package. And that's the Green Ranger, it's the Super Megaforce. These are like short packed. It mostly comes with the Red Ranger, and it actually comes with that one, in that set, I should say. Now, I have never seen the Red Ranger. I've never seen it, once. Because I would have bought that in a heartbeat, because that is really cool. But I've never seen it. I have no idea why. I did see the White Ranger, and I decided not to get it. I don't know why. I should have just gotten it. But nonetheless, this is the Green Ranger. It comes with, I don't know why it says 7 pieces of battle gear, because 2 of them are just hands, which, okay, whatever. You know, that is cool that, you know, there's, yeah, hands, but whatever. So, you know, it's very posable, which is nice. However, I do have some complaints. Now, these complaints are easily fixed. Well, number one, and you can take the Dragon Shield off, but it's kind of a pain to get on and off, so I'm just not going to take it off right now because it's just basic Ranger body. Number one, he's really way too muscular. I mean, look at the size of the waist versus the size of the chest. It's way too muscular, and you can even see on the box, he's not that huge. You know, none of them were. They were in good shape. They were Japanese. I mean, most Japanese people are not, you know, huge and super bulky. They, you know, most fighters seem to depend on, you know, more speed and accuracy rather than just brute strength. But another little thing that bothers me is this joint here. That could have been white. I don't know, because it's not like it's part of the arm, but it's green, and that bothers me. Now, on the Morphin Rangers, it was just the same diamond pattern that the other Rangers had. This one actually has the triangles, which is better, but, which brings me to something. There's these little ledges. Like, I don't know what that is. Also, the bottoms of the boots should be black, which, again, that's easily fixed. Another thing is, the Morpher, yes, it's gold and all that, but the holster is supposed to be black, the actual buckler. And then also, he has the Dragon Dagger. I don't know why they made so you can clip it on both sides. And there's no holster. And actually, the holster is supposed to be black, so I can paint that, I guess, which I'd prefer not to, but there's still that one. The Dragon Dagger itself is also very undetailed. I mean, it's all black, and then the Dragon Coin is gold, and then the little lines of green. But, you know, again, I can correct that. Also, on the shield, these little markings are actually supposed to be black. And the visor, I think, should have been a lot glossier. It's more like just a regular gloss black. Maybe not even gloss, maybe like semi-gloss. The gold around this little ruby thing should be a lot more stark. And also the green, it's more of a Crayola green rather than like the shiny kind of jade green. That I may not do. I may not go that in-depth with it, but yeah, especially since paint tends to crack around like joints and stuff. So I think I'll just leave that and then do like the little details I can. But it's actually very cool. You know, you can hold the Dragon Dagger fairly well. Can't really hold it to the mouth. See, that's what I'm talking about. This shield just comes right off. I wish they would have made it a little better. And the little straps. Now, I'm glad they added the straps. That makes it a lot more realistic. Oh, well, I guess I am taking the shield off because I don't really feel like messing with it. And you can also take off these rings, too. Which, you know, if you want to reenact parts of the show, like where he didn't have it, which did happen, then I guess it works. But also, I don't like how the neck, it's not like the padded version. I guess that's, you know, to give a better range of motion, even though it's just, it's not a ball joint, which I wish it would have been. But, you know, oh well, what can you do? So, yeah, I mean, it's really cool if you guys can find this. I believe it's just 1 per case, so they are going to be hard to find. So, yeah, I mean, it's really nice. Like I said, I really wish I would have found the Red Ranger, and I wish they made the whole set of Rangers like this, because I would get the whole set in a heartbeat. So let's go on to arguably the most exciting part of the review, at least in my opinion. Alright, one little quick story is, and I forgot to mention this in the intro, when I was trying to get all the Zords and stuff, the one thing I did really want as a kid, but I couldn't get it, was the Morpher. Now, the Morpher back then actually came with the Ranger Stick, or the Ranger Blaster, whatever it was called. I think it was called Ranger Stick in Japan. I actually had that from a guy that gave it to me, but the guy who gave it to him didn't want him to give it away, so my grandma made me give it back. It was a stupid situation, but anyway, I always wanted the Morpher, but even before, Power Rangers was, blowing up like it is now, they were going for like $200 new in box, and I wanted them new in box. So I just kind of gave up on that. I was not going to pay $200 for that. I did not find it to be worth that much. So when I found out they were releasing this, I had to have it. And I mean, I have opened this, by the way, and I'll probably open it up to do a comparison. But the only thing that people complain about, at least in my experience, is on the box, the coins are all, shiny gold, and it looks good. However, what we got is like this age look, which isn't terrible. It makes it look more like legacy or vintage, whatever, which I don't care about, but it's actually die-cast. This thing actually weighs a bit. This isn't, a light toy. This is actually die-cast. But the main one I want to show is this guy right here, which is obviously the green/white Ranger gold one. Now, again, at Comic-Con they had a 24 karat gold plated one, and people were just freaking out. And since it didn't say Comic-Con exclusive, they're like, oh, that's going to be a mass market release. This one, like the other one, is Toys R Us exclusive. Toys R Us seems to have, like, the corner on the market on this Legacy stuff, but this is something that we've been really waiting for a long time, because a lot of people who wanted the gold one, I'm not sure if they released one in Japan, I believe they did, but here in the States, you were pretty much SOL on that. You weren't going to get it. You had to, like, paint it yourself, and a few people actually did make good coins, like the good dragon coins, because if I'm not mistaken, I know the white tiger coin, the one that came with the white tiger Zord, was crap. It just looked like a cat. It wasn't the symbol like that, and if I'm not mistaken, they had one like that. I could be wrong in this. In fact, I'm kind of second guessing myself, but they had like just like a dragon head on it. But let's go and open up these bad boys, and I'll show you guys the comparison. So I went ahead and put the black, the Mastodon coin in this one because Adam was my favorite. So I think we've all seen the review. Like, if you can't hear that, that's like the little communicator thing. The deet 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 deet. Now I don't like how the lights, they kind of just do a couple at a time. And I think a lot of people have that complaint. Then also, you hold the button, and it starts playing the theme song, but you have to hold it. If you take it off, it does that back. They kind of correct that with the green one. Green/white one. It still does the little communicator voice, but this time, when you open it up, all of them light up, and then every time you push the button, they all light up. And it seems like they kind of get more intense, too. And this one, the theme song actually stays on and until you push it. Same thing, like the same back, everything like that. Same colors. This one has like a duller gold than that one, it seems. Because of that reason, I was actually thinking about changing up the plates, but I think I want to keep them original. Now, the gold is more of a dull gold, which, by the way, quick little story about this. I was looking for it at the local Toys R Us, because some of the ones that were further away from me got them. My local one did not. And I was actually really mad about that. So I was kind of walking by a register, and I saw that this one was returned, and it said marked down, so obviously there was nothing wrong with it, and I said, can I buy this? And they said, yeah. I think it's because there's a little blemish there. Nothing really even noticeable. Oh, it's noticeable when you really look at it, but anyway, nonetheless, I was just happy to get it. But the gold is not very gold, and to me, it should have been more shiny, like the silver one. But, nonetheless, I mean, maybe that's more TV accurate. I haven't seen the original prop, so I don't know. And by the way, I'm not doing the white coin because, the green was one of my favorites. But anyway, very cool. Now, repro labels, they actually do have a set for these. It was when the silver ones came out, and they had 3 different Power Rangers logos. Like, you could do this one, the Zero Ranger, or Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, so it's like the original toy, but all the letters are raised. And then these lightning bolts, you can do gloss black, flat black, or gunmetal. I believe they also corrected the little color scheme there. So it's more like black rather than gray, and like blue rather than purple. And then they also like have little strips in here that actually are really shiny gold that go on the Z. So it looks better. So I'm actually thinking about picking those up. The only other thing I really wish I could do, and I could probably find a tutorial online, but I'd really like to get the coins looking like, really shiny gold. Not like the age look. I mean, the age look looks fine, but I don't know. It just seems too overdone to me. The green isn't as bad. But this one reminds me of, I think it was Power Rangers and I don't know. I mean, I haven't really watched the show for years. I'm much more of a classic guy, but Adam actually was talking to one of the newer Rangers. He was saying, he misses it and all that, and some putties came out and they were attacking, and Adam grabbed out his morpher and it was all cracked and decided to morph, and he actually became the Black Ranger, and like the power was fading. It was like the power matrix or whatever was messed up, but and I've actually seen customs that people did of that, like the coins going like this way and it's all messed up. But so it kind of goes for that look, I guess, like where it looks like Rangers of old have their morphers still, but nonetheless they're both very cool, and I'm glad I have them. I got this one a while back. The gold one I just got the other day, so yeah, I'm happy about that. So anyway, I do have some more Star Wars things I want to do some reviews on. Yeah, by the way, yeah, that is Hello Kitty in the back. This is my wife's like laundry area, which is kind of part of my man cave. But anyway, so I do have some more Star Wars stuff I really want to review. Like I said, the Megazords, the Ultra Zords, unless someone really requests it, I don't plan on doing those until I get like all the accurate stickers, because I haven't really seen a review with all the repro label ones. Maybe because they are expensive. Like the Titanic set alone is like $48, which, I mean, when you look at how much stuff they've packed into it, it's really worth it. It covers a lot of stuff. Like I said, I have the Dragon Zord and the Tyrannosaurus, and I plan on getting some more, maybe for my birthday, because my birthday is on the 25th of February. But I'd also really like to accurize the Thunder Zords too, especially since the Lion Zord was actually supposed to be green rather than black, and they actually have the stickers that actually make the head green. But yeah, I'd really like to do that. And also the Legacy Megazord. One of the things that bothers me about it is, well, number one, I have the original, but the Legacy one, it's smaller. It's actually like, it has some die-cast parts, and Repro Labels actually did a set for that too, and it just makes it look so much better. You can see the pictures. If you guys just go to like reprolabels.com, then I think it's just MMPR. You can see some of the stuff, but they mainly focus on Transformers. But it's based on, I think it was like 2010 was the last time they did this one, so it was like a smaller one. The one in 2010, is mostly plastic. I think it's all plastic. And then it also has like little knobs on the knees for the Tyrannosaurus to connect to the Triceratops and Saber-Tooth Tiger. And that's not really show accurate. The original one actually is. But again, I am thinking about doing that since I have the Ultra Zord set up. Maybe I can dedicate a shelf to, since they are smaller, to my Legacy ones, because they're doing a Dragon Zord too. And if you guys are interested in what I was showing here, the Dragon Zord Legacy one is like the greatest thing ever. Number one, it looks amazing, and you can actually transform it. But the biggest thing, and even the people on Ranger Board were freaking out about this, the tail's actually articulated. The original, and again, I apologize for the furnace, the original just had like kind of a tail that stuck out because you could stick it into the back of Titanus, and if it was articulated, just kind of flop about. But it wasn't exactly accurate. This one actually is, so it looks like the show. So that's why I'm excited about those, and if I can just have a shelf dedicated to those, I'm not going to put it in the Ultra Zord mode. I'll go all TV accurate on that. But anyway, Again, I have some more Star Wars stuff, and I actually have some Predators. I could show like kind of a brief tour of my collection. I did a video in the past showing the trophy case, but I actually have a lot more now, so I might do something like that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little long, but again, I like to geek out on this stuff. So, it's been 5 on the Stone Destroyer channel, and you guys have a good one.